let's talk about the big one before we get started, all right? Obviously, in Dark Souls, you die. It's inevitable. Anyone playing the game for the first time is going to die. It is what it is. Now, what happens when a character dies? They roll a fucking dice. Now, let's just go down the line, right? Will, you have just gotten ran through by a hollow spear.
Ouch.
Roll a dice to see what happens when you come back.
Oh, geez, I rolled an 11.
Your charisma score is reduced by 1
No.
until you die again. And welcome back. Today, we got something special for y'all. We're going to be doing a Dark Souls game. And specifically, this motherfucker right here. Yeah, look at it. Look at it in all its glory.
Blurred.
It's so blurred.
I know,
it
doesn't
even want you to see it. It's so bad. It's just haunting. But yeah, so Steamforged Games that have made several other kind of tabletop games made this a little while ago. From the reviews I've seen, it was liked fairly decently. There are a couple issues in here that we will fix as we go along. But basically, today is we're going to do a session 0. The 3 people we have joining us, so we got, Will, Bill, and Zion. They are going to choose a class from the new Dark Souls game. We are going to build it fully out. And fully out, basically, in Dark Souls, you choose like a backstory, an origin, a drive, and that kind of is how your character is supposed to go through the world. Kind of like in D&D 5e. These are a little different. Some of them are funny. I don't think I've seen a funny D&D one in God knows how long. But so we're going to start from the top, and we're going to go ahead and get into it. And just to make this as easy and painless as possible, I'm going to go ahead and pull up the snazzy PDF.
Sweet.
And the first thing is you all died. Congratulations. You're finally ready to start D&D. You're ready to start Dark Souls. All right.
Isn't that Dark Souls whole thing is you have to die a whole bunch?
You don't have to if you're decent at the game, but you will as you're learning it for sure.
I mean,
So
Dark Souls 3 is, which is what this is based off of, starts with you rising from the grave.
Yes.
So you've already died.
Somewhat.
And now you're coming back to do it again and again and again and again.
All right. So go ahead and grab a D20 for each of you guys. And we are going to roll for backstories. So,
all right.
Let's go in order. Will, go ahead and roll for your backstory.
All right. I got a 16.
16. You are an apprentice to a sorcerer. But because you want to play a thief, I'm guessing you were not good at your job.
Nope.
It stabbed you. Bill.
11.
11. You were a gambler, a drunkard, and a sot. No one liked you, and you didn't care. Congratulations, Billy. You actually are a pyromancer. Congratulations. That's pretty close. Zion.
No,
Nice.
I'm a cleric.
Yeah, I'm the
Oh,
pyromancer.
that's even funnier.
That's pretty bad, actually. Yes, you're supposed to be liked by people. But don't worry, clerics are filthy creatures anyway.
Like, nobody believes me when I tell them I've seen God.
10.
Double or nothing.
You are an archivist, ancient wisdoms. So yeah, I mean, that kind of works out for a pyromancer. So basically, you went through and kind of tried to preserve the ancient wisdom through the ages. That ain't bad. Now, we're going to do the same thing with memories. Will, what is the last thing you remember?
Oh, let's see. I got a 5.
I remember 5.
A roaring explosion, sudden burst of heat, a spray of stone, and darkness. So
Oh, that's fitting.
you got blown up. Yes.
Yeah, I got blown up by that sorcerer because he didn't think I was doing a very good job.
That actually works out really well. Bill.
12.
Horses' hooves trampling you down. So while you were drunk one night, you decided you didn't know your way home. A knight rode into town and rode right over you. And now here you are.
Yeah, sounds about right.
And
Happens more often than you'd think.
I bet, especially if you're drunk out there.
3.
Ooh. Grasping, clawing hands of hollows everywhere.
Ugh.
Good.
Ooh, creepy.
And just to give you guys kind of like an overview, right? Because I know, I think Will's tried Dark Souls once. Zion's played a little bit of it. I think Bill said you try it once, try it for like 10 minutes.
Oh, like seconds.
Seconds, okay.
Yeah, the kids were playing it. I picked it up for a second and I was like, nope.
Nope.
Oh yeah, same here.
So
I tried Elden Ring for a little bit. I hated it.
So in this world, you are cursed with the dark sign. The dark sign is basically a curse rendered down on humanity, saying that you cannot die. What will happen is every time you die, you will lose a little bit of the humanity you have left until you go hollow. So hollows are basically beings cursed with the dark sign that no longer have the humanity left to continue. And that's who you'll be fighting a majority of any of the Dark Souls games. In Dark Souls 3, you were unkindled. Basically the same thing. It's a little different. They changed the lore a little bit, but basically you are cursed for some greater purpose. You cannot die, but every time that you get killed, you will lose a little fraction of yourself unless you find some way to maintain it. And, obviously, Dark Souls is a game. You can't ever go hollow. That would be a roguelike, not a Souls game.
I don't know. A permadeath mode might be interesting.
Yeah, Zion. How far will you get in a permadeath Dark Souls game?
Not very.
That's why it's not. I think someone asked for it once, and they were like, you can just do that, and just as soon as you die, just delete your character because that sounds awful.
Yep.
Get that guy that beat Dark Souls with a Guitar Hero guitar.
Yes.
Do that.
Oh, there was one that defeated Elden Ring with a fucking Dance Dance Revolution thing.
That's so stupid.
That was great. All right, now we know your backstory, your origins. Now let's see what drives you. Will.
All right. I got a 13.
To save the world, whatever is left of it. You may have been blown to hell, but you'll save what's left.
Oh yeah.
Bill.
I got a 13 also. You want me to pick something different?
Nah, I mean, considering you got crushed by a horse, your outlook on the world may not be great, but we'll keep it. Zon.
5.
Simply to die. Damn, that sorcerer
All right.
was really mean to you, apparently. He just crushed your will to live. All right, well, that's hilarious.
No, that was Hollows that killed me, remember? And I was an archivist. You're getting
Yes.
me and Will flipped up.
Yes.
No, honestly, to be perfectly honest, given my track record in this
In
on
this
this
game of dying constantly, I mean, yes.
no, given my track record in our campaigns, kind of fitting.
Yeah, I mean, it is. All right. So
And
now,
actually more than any of the others.
here is the biggest choice for your characters. So you all have your characters. These are your origins. This is separate from the characters. So basically, you have 3 melee focused ones: brute, fencer, jack of all trades, and a caster. You choose these on top of your character. And you guys want to take a look at it. So basically, brutes are good at taking damage. You protect the party. Bloodied is a condition when you drop below 50% of your position. Position is, we'll talk about it later because that's very important, but position is basically your health and stamina boiled into one. When you become bloodied, you drop below 50% position, you gain ability. For the brute, you gain a +3 to your AC. Yes. Fencer,
Dang.
good at doing damage. You are good. Whenever you drop below 50%, you become bloodied. You get 2 to your dexterity.
All right.
Drop down here a minute. Jack of all trades. Wisdom to their AC. So +2 to their wisdom and AC. Now, what's really good is Jack of all trades can remove 1 negative condition of their choice. One thing that I noticed more so in this game than in D&D, a lot of the enemies afflict status effects, like a lot of them.
That's real useful.
So it is useful to take it. But if you're a caster, like say Pyromancer, the actual like caster, while bloody, the caster does not trigger any attacks of opportunity. Or because weapon arts are also a thing if you're carrying like a magical weapon, a caster can also use the special ability of any equipped weapon without spending position. And some of them range from giving you an instant boost to your AC to your next magical attack is going to do double damage. It just depends. So yeah, if you want to, these are interchangeable by what we're going to do with the character classes. If you would like to pick one based on what you choose, then Will, who's going for thief, he would be a fencer. Bill, you're going for a cleric. You would be a jack of all trades.
Oh, I was gonna do brute.
That's fine. That's probably fine. Yeah. So brute. And then, because I sent you guys all the PDFs. If you want to have like this pulled up so you can write down what each of the things does, you're more than welcome to. This is also how you get your hit dice as well. So brutes get a D10, fencers get a D8, casters get a D6, and jack of all trades get a D8.
And all my skills and stuff are just as it shows on the card.
Do not worry about this.
Really? No?
So here's the main issue I have with the game, right? Now, say that you want to start with as a knight. You are a melee focused class, but halfway in the game, when you get to like level 10, you want to branch out and start adding magic to your attacks. It makes it very difficult, if not impossible, to multi-class if you use the stat sheets, and that's it. Because like take, for example, right here, brutes, you're going to have a 10 int. Most of the decent level magics in the game require 12 int. So automatically, unless you put a lot of points into int when you level up, you can't even use decent magic.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I'm mostly wanting to do melee with just a hint of healing magic.
Yeah, so I mean, that is why you want to have 12 int down here. But
Why?
For the jack of all trades.
But why do I want the intelligence?
Intelligence is how you base your healing.
Yeah, but I don't want to be a main healer. I want to be slight healer just for emergencies.
Well, no, so that's what I'm saying though, right? Because they didn't do well enough when they're trying to like figure out the levels of the class, if you choose knight, you won't be able to cast your healing spell.
Brute, you mean?
Huh? If you choose brute, you won't be able to cast your healing spell.
Oh, I won't be able to cast it at all?
Yes.
No.
And that is why it's an issue and why we're doing just straight rolling.
All right, so I can stick with what I got and then, okay.
Yeah, so we're going to roll out our stats.
All right, cool.
But yeah, so this is one of the main issues. If you choose these numbers wholesale, change nothing, and you ever want to do something in the future that requires magic or melee, there's an issue. Like, say, for example, down here, strength of 10 for the caster, you can only wear light armor. I believe medium armor starts at 12 and heavy armor starts at 14. So you can't even wear decent armor. That is one of the issues with the game.
Okay. Well,
now,
let's.
Classes, you all mostly know what you want. So Will is going thief. Thief is your better, funny enough, better ranger is what a thief is. They get a bow, they get abilities that increase their shooting capabilities. All around good pick. Bill, cleric. So you are a faithful follower of the gods. You have the ability to heal, and you also can pack a little bit of a punch. Zion, pyromancer, you know what you do. You throw fire at people.
Blow stuff up.
All right. And now, if you guys want to, I would recommend fully like grabbing the PDF and kind of just taking a peek, because it'll break down what all your guys can do, the levels at which you get your stuff, and all of that is broken down. All you need is access to your own character sheet.
Yeah.
The important thing I want to go over before we like kind of get into a little bit of how the game works is position. Because position is super important.
Is that kind of like health?
Position,
it's your health and stamina combined.
Yes.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So can we go ahead and start rolling our stats?
Go ahead.
Is this 4 drop lowest or what?
Yeah. Go ahead and just do straight D&D 4 drop lowest. Reroll ones.
Okay. Ooh.
Okay, that's
So what? That's 4d6s. I haven't rolled stats in a long time.
wait, I've got 46s drop the lowest.
Okay.
I do want
If I
to
can
say
find
though,
my d6s in here, jeez.
the depraved is actually an amazing class because it allows you to pick and choose what you want. So as you go through the depraved, you can grab 3rd level from any class, 7th level from any class, 20th level from any class. This one's just a fun little guy.
I was wanting to do that class in the full game if we decide to commit to a campaign.
The bad thing is, I'm going to tell you right now, not only are you made of paper, you have a plank shield, which is the worst shield in the game, and you have no armor. So the first few fights are going to be hard.
So what's a couple good dump stats for me? Wisdom and charisma?
No.
So Bill wants to basically be a knight that has just a little spoosh of healing. So what I need to do real quick is let me go to the skills. Let me go to the magic part of the book real quick while you guys are rolling.
Oh my god, my stats are so stupid.
Mine are the most average they could possibly be. I've got
Mine
one
are
stat
pretty
left.
average.
I got
like
Oh, finally.
I got an 18 fourth. I got 4 13s and then a 12.
Wait.
I kept
How many
rolling
stats are
13s. I'm like, what the hell?
Okay, yeah, there are 6 stats. I was trying to figure out. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. I got an 18, 4 13s, and a 12.
There you go.
I got a 15, a 13, 2 12s, an 11, and a 10.
This is why I love point buy. You can get really overpowered stats with rolls, but
Okay. Okay.
So Bill, a good dump stat for you would probably be charisma.
Okay, that's where I put it. I have an 8 as one of my rolls, so I put it on charisma.
Perfect. Okay.
I'm guessing my main stat should be like dexterity.
Yes, 100%.
All right.
Your dump
Yeah.
stat can be basically any of the spellcasting ones. You want to dump your charisma, you want to dump your int, anything that's fine.
Well,
Zion has.
the rest of my rolls are all 13s and 12s. So.
Oh, okay, you're good.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Zion has a little bit harder of a choice because you can basically dump dexterity if you need to, because you can use strength. You definitely don't want to dump any of your fucking firepower because you're probably gonna be slinging fire. I guess if it came to it and you had two bad rolls, I'd recommend dexterity and charisma.
Hey, what about wisdom?
You
said my spellcasting modifier was based off of my intelligence, even though I'm a cleric.
your int and wisdom, yeah.
Do what?
So if you say, for example, if you rolled a 10 and an 11, I would recommend putting the 11 into your intelligence and the 10 into your wisdom.
Should my wisdom be more? Because I only have an 11 on there now, but I put my dex at a 12.
No, I mean, that's pretty good. Remember, Bill, you are going to be having a little bit of healing, but you want your constitution, your strength to be high because you're going to be wearing heavy armor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is hard. So what is my spellcasting based on? Charisma? Oh yeah, there it is.
It says it on the sheet.
It's charisma. It's charisma. There it is. So that means that I want to put my.
So yeah, you probably want to do like wisdom or something as your dump stat. You got one.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Dex.
Now, while you guys are doing all that, you rolled and everything. Let me scroll down here because we're going to talk about position. All right.
Which I am personally conflicted on.
So now the ability scores and everything. This is D&D boilerplate, right? D&D 5e boilerplate. And all of this is all the same. You guys know all this. Attacking disadvantage, efficiency bonuses, straight from D&D 5e, no problem. Contests, all of this is the same. But then you get to the big bitch, position. Position is your stamina and your health all rolled into one. Think of it as a resource. You can spend position to make your attacks stronger, do more attacks, do special shit, do cool shit, whatever you gotta do. All right. Now, many of your abilities for each character is based on your position. So, for example, Indomitable Might, which I think is a night one, you spend position based on the amount of AC you want to raise for one hit. So say, for example, someone runs up to you, you want to spend 10 to get 5 extra AC for that one hit. Boom, you can do that. But you're spending 10 of your life force.
Is it always a 2-to-1 ratio like that?
No. Some of it's like 4-to-1.
Oh, okay.
It just depends on them. So for this right here, and I'll zoom in a little bit so you guys can see it. The important thing is it's your Constitution modifier. Never dump Constitution in the Dark Souls game. You need that as part of your base charisma or your base position. Your maximum value for your origin, that was the things we rolled. So, like, for example, Brute gets a D10, casters get a D6, blah, blah, blah. And then your current level. So, just throwing it out there, I'll even use their example. The Knight, Constitution, +2. Brute rolled an 8. You are level 1. So, you'd have your base position pool. Let me go back up for a second. Is also displayed by the origins, I believe. Jeez, really go back up here. So right here, it says your position. So 10 plus your charisma modifier at level 1.
Yeah, because you get, just like D&D.
Yes, but you add this wholesale to your position. just your base position, and then you're going to add on your modifier, of course.
Yeah, your con.
Okay. Scroll back down. All right. Now, if a character's position is released or reduced to 0, the character is killed. It works just like health. You're spending it as a resource, though. Now, here's the part where it gets really, really complicated for no reason. All right. Right here, during combat, characters will increase their position by rolling the number of position dice to generate additional temporary position. When you start combat, you are rolling a dice to give you extra position to then use as a resource. So say, I'm just going to use the example here because it's easy, right? The knight's position is at a 15. He took some fucking hits. He took some damage. He's not doing so hot. When he enters combat, he rolls 2d10, his level plus his position dice. He rolled an 11. For that fight and that fight only, he has a position of 26. Where this matters is you want to spend up to the temporary position that you have, but you don't want to exceed it and go into your actual base position. So say you go into a fight, you're doing really well, you want to finish the fight quickly, you got 8 temp position left, burn all 8 of it. It doesn't matter. Because once the fight is over, the temporary position is gone. But your base will remain what it is unless you are healed, take an item, or rest at a bonfire. So you could basically have one position for a long time. But the more and more you chip away at your resource, going into a fight with like 10 position, you roll really shitty. You only get 5 position back. 15 for the entire fight is not good.
So do you regain position at a campfire?
Yes.
Okay.
Your maximum position at a campfire. There are some items as well that you can find that also just give you that back too.
And that pool would be completely separate from the health, even though it reflects the health pool. It's separate, right?
It is all the same. So say, for example, I'm going to use the 26th position here as an example, right? You go into a fight. The fight's a fucking bitch. You go from 26 down to 4. When that fight ends, you only have 4 position left.
So if they attack me and hurt me, it takes away my position?
It takes away the full position.
Okay.
So think of it
so
as...
it is just my health points then.
But you're getting temporary health points for battle.
Or, yeah. Oh, I got that part, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
like my hit die is a D10 basically. So at the beginning of the battle, I roll a D10, add it to my pool. Then that's temporary health points or, position.
Perfect.
And then at the end of it, it goes away and I'm left with whatever I got.
Yes. The important part that I want to stress to the people watching and to you guys is it is a resource. You will always get it when a fight comes around. If you know your base position is 15 and you're rocking like a 19 or a 20 position towards the end of the fight, use it because you will not get to keep it. But you don't ever want to go below unless you really have to. So say you got 16 left, the fight's almost over. Don't then waste 10 position doing something because you only have 5 left over. Make sense?
Yep.
Okay. All right. And of course, there are other things as well that it affects. There are some traps in the world, some things you have to get across, some challenges that also do position. We'll get to it as we need to.
So my healing spells will heal position?
Yes. I believe your base heal is a 1d8 plus your modifier for your guy. So it's going to be like a 1d8 plus 1 right now.
That's pretty good.
But, and let me scroll. Actually, let me see if I can find it real quick. Healing spells are like, I think they're before the weapons.
Boy, they put a lot of hard work into this for it to not be very good.
Like I said, there are some people that really like it, and I think that once we get the kinks worked out, we'll be having a good time with it. It's just it needed a couple more pass throughs to be really good. And
Yeah.
the rings, I really want to get into. I want you guys to get some rings.
Oh, I forgot about the rings.
All right, I'm stopping here for a second to kind of tell you how the game functions, right? So in D&D, you build a story, you go throughout the world. Dark Souls is a little different. It breaks the game down by sections. If you play Dark Souls, you know you're running through an area. That area is one section. If you want to make the game easier or harder for your players, right here, you can either give them 4 fucking long rests, you can give them 2, or you can give them 1. And these are long rests. Like when you rest at a bonfire, you get everything back. But you also respawn enemies.
Mm-hmm.
And that is why we are going to do it a little differently, because I don't want you guys like literally sitting there grinding the same enemies over and over again. Because, and we'll get to that as well, you guys will level up based on the amount of souls that you collect. Think of souls as a currency. The more currency you have, you can use that currency to then level up. If you're allowed to keep like farming the same enemies over and over and over again, you could get to like level 5 before you're really meant to, and it kind of breaks the game.
Hell yeah, let's go, guys. Let's grind away.
It's a lot more boring and frustrating in Dark Souls than it is in a TTRPG.
I figured you'd need some revenge from the Minecraft thing where Matt kept trying to grind away your mob spawners.
Oh, seriously.
I tried. I kept trying. You wouldn't fucking let me. All right. And the important thing is, you can find souls in the world that give you currency.
Souls. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, souls in the world that give you souls, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Think of souls as like a usable item, and they give you the currency, which is souls. It makes it a little, offish.
Souls that give you souls.
All right.
It's kind of like it's essentially like, what is it? If you get like a large soul, it's equivalent to a certain number of souls.
Yes.
It's just like how a quarter in currency is equivalent to a certain number of pennies, to 25 pennies. Same basic
They do
concept.
have some really good artwork in that.
They do. Dark Souls always
Absolutely.
has great artwork. But so let's take Bill's heal for an instance. Bill can cast this 5 times before he has to touch a bonfire. Every time he's doing 1d8 position plus his ability modifier. He can do that 5 times before he hits a bonfire, or before he uses an item that allows him to re-get spells back. There are a few. And some of these get kind of stupid, like 5d8 at level 5.
My God.
That's pretty good.
Some of these aren't balanced perfectly. Keep that in mind.
I can tell.
It's a little skewed in the direction that Dark Souls would not skew it towards.
Here's what I love, though. So level 14, right? You can do this twice before a bonfire. 15d6 radiant damage.
Hell yeah.
12d6 lightning damage, or half if they fail.
That's right. Coming at you, suckers.
Bam! Feel the sunlight!
These
Praise
people
the
ain't seen
sun.
daylight in fucking centuries. Time to hook them up.
Oh, man.
No wonder everybody loves Soul Air so much.
Oh, man. Solar is in the book, too. I mean, but anyway, so you got your spellcasting and everything. For Zion, because he's going with
Pyromancer.
Fireball. It's a bonus action. You can cast it 3 times, 120 feet, 1d6 plus your ability modifier or half on a save. What gets
Fireball is a bonus action? Come on.
It's not the same
Fireball is a
fireball.
bonus action, yes.
Not the same fireball.
But what I love about this is you can run up, hit someone with your axe, jump back, fucking fireball them in the face.
I'm guessing this is more like a fire bolt.
Yeah, it's far closer to
it's
fire
weaker than a
bolts.
firebolt. Yeah, it's a 1d6 and they get a fucking half for save. But what gets really stupid is like Chaos Fireball. Or no, they're not even that. Great Fireball, right? 12d6 fire damage within 5 feet, 66.
Jeez.
At level 3.
It goes from 1d6 to like 12d6 like that.
Well, one is, level 1 and one's level 12.
Or at level 12, sorry.
Oh,
But-
12. I thought it was level 3. I was like, what?
Yeah, I was looking at the number wrong, at the wrong numbers.
Now, are you guys ready for this, right? Here's what I love. This spell,
Chaos.
2 actions.
Ooh, that's cool.
What?
So there are abilities in the game that allow you to spend position to get extra actions. The fighter thing can attack like 10 times in a row if it wants to spend the amount of health for it. It's fucking fantastic. Like I said, the position mechanic is kind of complex, but when you get to like level 10, the amount of cool shit you can do by expending your resource is awesome. Like I think I'm gonna use an enemy as an example because this enemy is hilarious. I can punch you in the face, use position to trip you. Because you're on the ground, I get advantage. I can then use position to attack you on the ground 4 times and then throw your ass as a bonus action.
Are you talking about the mushroom?
No, I am talking about something different. The mushrooms like to charge, and those motherfuckers basically get hyper armor, and it's hard to dodge them. We will see those later for sure. Reading those was hilarious. But let me jump back up here for a second, make sure there's nothing else I want to go through before we get started. So if you have any questions about position, we can get into that whenever we start the actual combat. That's why, because we're about to end this episode, that was a brief overview. Obviously, if any of the guys, the audience, want to play this, please get the book. It's great. Now, I do want to go over this real quick. Here is your level up cost. So you start level 1, you expend souls to level up. I already said that. This is the amount of souls you must spend to level up. What this means is if you want to buy a weapon from a vendor, you have a choice. You can either level up or buy the weapon. And that is why, for like the first time in probably D&D history, the party will all have different levels. Because say, for example, Will might decide he wants some better armor than to get a level up. While Bill might also get 2 level ups because the armor costs $4,000, and that will literally be level 3 and level 4 for $4,000. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is why if we decide to go with a long-running campaign of Dark Souls, you guys have to take pretty careful consideration of your souls, how you're expending them, and if you want to level up. Because I'm sure at some point there's going to be someone on level 8, there's going to be someone on level fucking 10.
So if I go to a vendor, can I exchange items for souls?
Yes!
Yeah.
Okay.
Down in the item section, it gives like what the vendor will pay for it. I'll let you use like your persuasion or your charisma to kind of like bribe him a little bit if you want to try to like raise or lower. But
Well,
yeah,
that's not good. I have horrible charisma. I am ugly as hell.
I have decent charisma. All my stats are decent.
Bill, it's not a 1-to-1, right? I'm not going to charge you more money because you're ugly. I'm going to charge you the base amount. But if you're good at, fondling the balls a little bit, if you know what I'm saying, you might get a little bit extra. Maybe I'll give it to you for 50 souls instead of 70.
I'm sure I'm going to be dying on a daily basis, so
Yes.
I'll do what I have to do.
Look,
And
Matt,
yes,
in this game, if they judged you for how ugly you looked, nobody would be making any money.
that is true.
Nobody. Not the NPCs, not the players, not the monsters or bosses. No one. Except for like a few.
Oh man. And this is all kinds going into the
Kellogg's.
different like things. Damage thresholds is really funny. Let's talk about the big one before we get started, all right? Obviously, in Dark Souls, you die. It's inevitable. Anyone playing the game for the first time is going to die. It is what it is. Now, what happens when a character dies? They roll a fucking dice. Now, let's just go down the line, right? Will, you have just gotten ran through by a hollow spear.
Ouch.
Roll a dice to see what happens when you come back.
Oh, geez, I rolled an 11.
Your charisma score is reduced by 1
No.
until you die again. Bill, you just got punched in the face by a giant golem. You died. What are you rolling?
I got a 10.
Ooh. Some memory of your current life is gone and you can never get it back.
Eh.
They tried to include some fucking role play into this, obviously. Zion, you got fucking lightning bolt in the face.
Ah, am I fighting the like stupid king or like the ex-king or whatever? The dragon.
What'd you roll?
That's a 1.
Oh.
I love it so much. Empty. You die for real, and you must create a new character.
Oh,
That is-
I was actually about to ask what a 1 was, and then he got a 1.
You go fully hollow. You have no humanity left. You are mindless. You must create a new character. That is why you don't want to just die. Because I'm not going to lie to you. Game +2 to any attribute. There's a couple that give you like buffs in here. +1 charisma saves. You are immune to poison and the poison effect. +1 to AC. There are some good things in here. You don't want to fucking risk it because if you roll a 1, make a new character.
Yeah, that sucks.
Don't you dare go hollow.
So are the buffs like temporary or do they last forever?
Until you die again.
Okay.
So I say,
think
for example,
that's just unit. What's the word? True for all of them. Until you die again, this is the case.
So like I
Okay.
said, some of them's like strength score reduced by 1, any skill of your choice reduced by 1, 2 +2 to any single attribute until you die again. But yeah, don't forget, roll fucking nat 1, you're empty now. And some of these are brutal. Like fucking -2 from your AC, I think is one of them. Like it ain't good.
That sucks.
And are the debuffs also temporary or are they permanent until
Until you die again.
Okay.
So
Yeah, it's
basically,
unanimous for the whole
Yeah.
list.
anything on here. All right.
Okay.
Oh, and by the way, we're gonna go ahead and not do this until you guys are at least level 10. Because basically what this says is when a character respawns, they must roll a DC 18 wisdom save or roll the hollowing effect table.
We're just gonna straight up roll the hollowing effect.
You're straight up gonna roll for it, yes.
Sounds
And-
fun.
Until you get to a point where 18 ability score checks aren't impossible, like around level 9, 10, something like that, then I'll allow you to roll for it because then you might not have to worry about it. But basically, from level 1 to 10, you're gonna have to fucking do it anyway, so I'm not even gonna make you roll for it.
Uh-huh. I could roll an 18, 19, or a 20.
Really, Billy? Right now, boom, roll a d20.
I'll roll one right
Two.
now. Look at this.
2.
I got a 2.
Well, 15, but you know, it's close.
Fail.
That one's a 19. That would pass. It only took me 2 rolls.
1.
You are just bound to, Zion is bound to die in every fucking game we play. It's unfortunate for him.
Isn't that his life's goal is to die?
It actually is. That's it's on brand at least.
I think he wants to die without becoming a hollow, though. He wants to maintain his soul.
I
No,
see.
no.
Yeah,
The game states that you want to die truly and forever.
Yes.
I see.
Going hollow basically is that.
No, no, that's becoming restless forever.
Yeah, so
I
hollowing
mean, if you
is
want to
like
be a hollow, we can make you a hollow right now. It's cool.
just fucking stab him over and over again until he,
Right?
Mhm.
Just sit over there and camp at the campfire and just keep stabbing him over and over as he resurrects at the campfire and keep stabbing him.
All right, but that's going to be the end of our session 0. Our guys are going to take a minute. They're going to go ahead and get their characters ready. We're going to do level 1 to start. We're going to go over the basics of combat again, and we're going to just kind of like throw you guys into a couple fights and see what happens. So, catch
All
next
right.
time. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Thank you guys for checking out today's video. We post videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for more glorious D&D content. Please like, comment, subscribe, throw it all down below. We always appreciate it, and we will see you guys next week.